60 years ago, tallow candles and coal oil lamps were what once lit the harsh darkness of evenings across rural Arkansas. Washing clothes, cooking food, heating our homes were considered anything but daunting. These daily routines kept families close to home, managing what was considered to be a manageable task. Conveniences as we know them now were all but a dream for the women then. It's been some 60 years since electricity has come to rural parts of Arkansas. We can honestly say that rural electrification made a huge difference in our lives.
It was just like everybody. You had to do everything by hand, and my dad usually went to town on Saturday, and that was left to us at home to do the washing and the ironing and all that sort of thing. But we did that all in a day, that ironing, washing, you know, rub it on rub board, put them in a iron kiln, boil them, and then back and rub them again, and then hang them on the line, let them blow in the breeze.
And Mom was thrilled to have an electric cook stove where she didn't have to heat up the house cooking with the wood, you know. And it'd take forever, seemed like, to heat the old wood stove up. And it was just a big change in her life. And the women actually had it harder back, I think, in those days than the men, because they was expected to cook all the meals, 3 meals a day, plus working in the fields a lot. And it takes so long to cook a meal on a wood stove.
It seems like I lived longer before than I have after, in a way. But, well, we girls, like I said in my letter, we worked on the farm and did everything. We had a team of mules, we had a team of jennies, and in the spring when you were plowing the ground with just a breaking plow, why, those little old jennies, they pulled their smaller breaking plow with a girl behind there working that plow, and then, of course, we had those coal oil lights for that, if we want to read a little while at night or anything. And when we got electricity, of course, we thought we just really had the light then, and did. But with our refrigerator, man, we couldn't, you know, we had to go and draw a drink of water if you got a cool drink out of the cistern. And when we got the refrigerator, of course, you had the ice, you know, and you could just keep your food and put ice in your drinking water, or Kool-Aid or lemonade, whatever, you know. And that really, I remember that more. We got a refrigerator first.
If I remember right, it was the summer of 1950 when we got power at our house, and that was after I was married, and our daughter was small. And first we had an old wringer type washing machine, electric, and that was a great improvement over the old tub and rub board.
My mother made us work it. She worked out in the field same as we did, and had us help her in the washing at the same time she did. And I was proud to get away from that rub board. Moved over here on the river. Oh, we thought it was great. Then we got electricity. I thought we just done fine, so I made my mother a fan go in the kitchen window out of an old car fan, hooked it up, and I blowed all the dishes off the table.
I remember my dad used to go to Hot Springs once every year, and one time when he was gone, my brother decided that he had a little grocery store there, and decided he needed a pop box. He bought a pop box and put it in there, and when Dad got back, I think he and my brother had a little discussion about that, because, you know, it's going to run the bill, the electric bill probably up to $6 or $7. Like I say, Jack's dad come in, stuck that old meter up. I remember just sticking that thing up on the side, and he just come right through, because, like I say, there was just boarding there, no insulation on the old house. Come in there and set up that one light in each room with a pull string on it.
Like you know, that walk on the moon, that really didn't mean a lot to me, because I don't know anything about it. I don't understand it, you know. Of course, I understood when I got electricity that I could use. Now that was the major thing for me now.
The late 1930s brought dramatic changes to rural Arkansas. Rural areas came together and brought forth the electric cooperative idea. However, when lights were coming on in the homes of rural Arkansans, North Arkansas Electric was fighting for its very survival. Limited crews worked against long miles, rugged hills, and rough terrain to improve the lives of their neighbors and friends. Yes, we met difficulties and adversities that are long since unknown. Yet we overcame them with courage and a sense of pride. Smiles, tears, and a sense of awe came with the first magic glow of the naked light bulb.
Well, I always consider myself extremely lucky that I didn't particularly choose this profession. I kind of looked into it. I was about the right age for the draft, and that was just about impossible to get a job because you'd soon be in the Army. Nobody wanted to start with you. I went over to Don Chapin, and he said, you'll be around here a little while. I said, come on in and do what you can for us. So, and by the time that the war was over with and materials started to become available, we had so many applications for electricity that the manager, George Keenan, he went and bought 30 trucks at one time until we caught up, and I think it took us from 45 to 50. It might have been early 51 before we ever got caught up with everybody that wanted electricity. And by that time we had, seemed like we had just about 5,000 customers, and a lot smaller than what it is today. And we had the lowest KWH usage in the state of Arkansas. And we went right on the bottom for the United States of America. So I decided that this thing was never going to make it unless we could sell a lot of kilowatt hours, because that's where the economy is. We had a series of community meetings, had 47 of them. We went into every community in our service area. And we had us a co-op band. We'd go down there and we'd play them a little music. We played bingo, co-op bingo, and we'd give everybody come a light bulb. Then we'd have a drawing for the prizes at the end, and we'd give them a lot of small appliances. So we went into the merchandise business. We bought refrigerators and ranges and freezers by the carload, and we got 2 or 3 dealers interested. We'd sign them the product while they went and sold it, and they didn't have to pay for it till they sold it. We got a 2% finance plan from REA, and they could buy it for nothing down, I guess, and 2% interest wasn't very much. But that's the way we built the lines and built the loads up in the early years. And we increased our average consumption to second highest in Arkansas in just about 5 years.
Through grit, sweat, and vision, the founders of North Arkansas Electric transformed this area from the depths of darkness to the splendor of hope and light. Those who were on the forefront of bringing electricity to North Arkansas serve as our reminder that no job is too tough if the cause is just and the people are determined. The strength of our past and present leaders has built a solid foundation and a confident future that has and will continue to allow North Arkansas Electric Cooperative to succeed.
When you give everybody lights, or don't give it to them, but you build it to them and they pay for it, it's something to be proud of, I think. I think the co-op will always have a place in my heart for, because I know what it would have been if we hadn't had the co-op. They're just like a big family, the cooperative is, and they work together. That's what makes them successful. I'm proud I was able to work with the co-op. You miss something in life if you don't get to work for them. There's very few people quit the co-op after they once, if they'll stay a year, they'll stay with the co-op. Because there's something grows on you that you've got a little bit of feeling toward them, and it's just like a family, really. You might say one thing bad about them, but you hold up for them and everything else.
Your team of professionals work together to keep the lights on from the dead of winter to the heat of summer. The past 60 years have brought many changes. These changes have been accompanied by tremendous growth. We've grown to serve over 30,000 and have over 4,300 miles of power lines. Though the future of deregulation brings uncertainties, take heart in knowing that our employees are committed to providing you with the best and highest quality service possible, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So join with us as we celebrate our 60th year of service by continuing to support your cooperative and our joint efforts to improve the quality of life for North Arkansas. North Arkansas Electric Cooperative, your local energy partner celebrating 60 years of service.